Hi friends, today I'm going to share with you Artisan Journal Prompt 2025, and our host is Kiki's Life along with a co-host Lori June at Sarcastically 60 Something and Beyond. And of course I will link both channels in my description box. This collab is a lot of fun. I am doing the first prompt for Sunshine. I used an Anna Griffin 5x7 background paper. It had a lot of gold, made me think of sunshine. And I have some images. It says amazing. Here's the girl reading outside. You've got the sun coming through the leaves of the tree. And then this little image, I don't know if you can see it real clear. It's a little girl. She's smelling a sunflower. And it says, some days you just have to create your own sunshine. And I put smiles on the side, grateful, always grateful to see the sunshine, and then a little gold heart gem. I continued on to do a second page because I was having so much fun. Another Anna Griffin background, 3 more images, and then a kind of a die cut flower, trying to make it look like a sun around this cool image. Added some gems. I've always loved this image, and it says, oh, I hope you can see that okay, sorry for the blur, and it says warm your soul. And then this sweet image of the girl, and I always think about how the flowers grow when they get the sunshine. Sorry about that, sorry about all the glare, but it's that gold, I think. Cheerfully, bright, lovely, and it warms your soul. So that was for sunshine. And then for ice cream, I have a magazine picture that says The Big Chill. And then what I did is I took a recipe for these ice cream sandwiches, and I've kind of paper clipped it on there. I don't know why it kind of came off my page here, but I thought we would clip that on there. And then I've got a little tag here that's got the ice cream sandwich. It's like a brownie with the ice cream. Ooh, it looks so good. I need to clip that back on. And then on this side, I have another magazine issue. Does that not look amazing? I love caramel. So, and then there's a little girl that I stamped. Ice cream is always a good idea. And we've got that. So that was for my ice cream pages. Yeah, I'll clip that back on. And then we had mason jar. So I always think of fairies and stardust and pixie dust. And here's a little mason jar with a stamped magnolia girl. This was made for me by a friend. I added a little ruffle. This is stardust. Here's the sweet little fairy image, and that was a digital that I printed. And then another little ruffle. And then on this page, I have another fairy, and she's holding the mason jar. So at the bottom, I added a little ruffle. It says faith and trust and pixie dust. And she was also a digital that I printed, and then added some more trim. I love the images so much, I didn't want to cut them down any further. And then the last page, which is for this week, and I'll be all caught up, is ocean. I have a little stamped mermaid. I had stamped sending you oceans of love. And then the other images are all from a magazine. We've got the fish, scuba diving, and then this says soulful. And then I had this ribbon trim that reminded me of waves, so I added that in a couple spots. So much fun, and I am caught up, and my journal is super chunky. This, I'm using a little strawberry shortcake journal, and it's getting real fat. So Lori June provides bonus prompts, and this week I'm joining in. She told us to color a page. Well, this is a digital stamp from Sherry Baldy that I printed, and when I printed her a few weeks ago, I forgot to cut her down in size. So she's an 8.5 by 11 size, super big, and I thought, I'm not throwing that away. So when Lori June said to color something, I colored her. I used marker on her skin tones, and then marker on the darker pink, and then a colored pencil on the lighter pink. I fussy cut her, but the hair and the bow up here was too hard to kind of go in and out, so it's kind of wonky. I know it probably looks way too silly, but I put her on a file folder, and this is one of those mesh bags that I cut and put the top up here. This would be the drawstring of your bag. So she's kind of a tag in a pocket, and she's super big. But it was fun. It says Paris, and I thought it would be fun. I don't know if anyone ever would want this or not because she is so big, but she's flat. You could even send some goodies. I got hearts and tags and lace and a doily, and they fit in there, and you could send it in Happy Mail. So that's my extra bonus prompt for this week. Thank you so much, Kiki. Thank you so much, Lori June. A lot of fun, and I hate when I'm so behind, but each time I get my pages done, I'm like, the next prompt comes up, and I'm like, okay, I'll quick do that one, and then I'll show it, and then I'll show it. And then I had, what, 4 weeks to show. Thanks for coming by today, friends. Follow the hashtag and see what everyone else has created. I hope you have a beautiful day. Big hugs. Bye, friends.